YouTube, we're back again at Wonky Towers. Today we're just getting ready for the boiler swap, what we're doing, but I'm going to try and explain the best. Alright, basically we've got a boiler here, there's a bathroom here, kitchen there, there's another bathroom down the other end of the bungalow. So you turn the hot tap on down that end and it just takes an absolute age to get hot water. So we've actually fitted a new boiler in the centre of the house about there, but the house is split into two parts, so we've got two lofts, that side and this side. So today, well, over the last few months I've done all the plumbing on that side of the house, so I'll show you what I'm up to today. Here's Paula doing a bit of cleaning. Up into the loft. I'll get my head torch on. So this is the loft above the kitchen, and in there is the loft over the main part of the house. So if I just zoom in, you can see the new pipes and where I've took some bricks out a few weeks ago to bring the hot and cold feed through into the kitchen and the bathroom, which is behind me. But before I start any of that, if I turn my head torch off, you can't see anything up here and the floor's a bit sketchy. So today's job, get the light back on. Today's job, we're going to fit some temporary lights up in this loft. We're going to shift all this insulation and rubbish out of the way. We're going to remove any old cables, any old pipes, and fit some crawl boards just so it's a bit safer. And I mean, this is kind of the stuff I'm dealing with. It's just an absolute mess. All this, I found this when I took the loft hatch up, 1996. I mean, this house is 200 years old, something like that. It used to house cows in the past, and our living room is where I used to milk the cows. So yeah, all this stuff we're going to try and remove as much as we can today. I'll try and film it the best I can. You might find some bits interesting. There's an old alarm panel which is still actually live, so I'm going to take that out. This is the 10mm armoured which I've ran out to the garage. So yeah, enjoy. This is the other side in the main loft. There's the boiler. Pipes come across there and they go through that little hole. I cannot stand working in lofts. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's, you can't even see on the camera, but this is just horrendous. I've just noticed a miniature wasp nest, so we'll have to tackle that. It's like something you see on the Goonies, this. But I'm all set up with my only YouTube apparatus. I've got the lights in, but this is like really rough. This is nowhere near like a proper installation. It's just temporary lights. So I've got that light there, and then follow it down. This light here. So I've done all the earth sleeving. I'm not going to bother with I can't see, an insulation resistance test. I'm just going to tap onto whatever I can find which is live, which strange enough is this connection here, which is also feeding the alarm system. So it looks like whoever installed the alarm is chopped into a lighting circuit. You can see the old red and black cables, and then the new brown and blue cables which go up to this, what's feeding this fuse spur. This looks like an old Gartec CPX or CP8. It came with the house, I've never really used it, but I'll show you a video of how to disconnect this. Also as well, because clearing this loft out, this is just what I found to now, the rubbish. As I'm moving around, I'm just filling this trug bucket up with rubbish. Also as well, I've noticed straight away at Wonky Towers, let me just show you this. Yeah, I'm actually still on top of the fridge at the minute. This, it'd be a lot better when I get the lights going, is it's not actually fixed to anything. It's supposed to be holding the roof up, which is nice. And found a load of old lead pipes here. Well, I'll crack on. I've done the light switch. I just need to tap into the live feed, which unfortunately is that, so I'll have to go and get a junction box of some sort. And yeah, so this is the alarm panel, or the keypad off the main panel in the loft. Code's here 2611. It's saying mains fault at the minute. I think Eurosec was purchased by Gartec, and Gartec was purchased by Risco, something like that. If I just punch the code in, is it reset? No, it's in tamper because I've ripped half the sensors off. So 2611, that will shut it up. So now go up to the alarm panel. So now we know the code. I don't know what the engineer code is. I've got my volt pen. I don't know how well I'll try and do this so you can see what's going off. I just whip this lid off. It will chuck it back into tamper. But don't worry about it because you know the code. The world's longest screws. As they are. I'll speed this bit up, I think. Don't need that. Take this other screw off. Just bear with me. Bear with me, caller. Right, so there are the screws. This is the main panel. Take the lid off, which is tampered. Chucks it back into tamper. Ooh. Some interesting spiders. Let's go back down to the keypad. So it's something you can do on your own, this is. And it will say tamper. Case tamper. Turn my head torch off. 2611, which will shut that up. So it's reading that. Back up into the loft, or wherever your control panel's located. And you've got a backup battery, which is here. This one's I I always call it a 2.1, but it's actually 2.3. I'm reluctant to put my hands straight in here. Let's get with this. This is where my screwdriver is now. That's your mains, so just be careful with that if you haven't turned the mains power off. That actually says 2009. I can see that the battery's actually swollen, so I mean that battery is toast. You have got an external bell box which will most probably activate if you remove the battery and the power. It'll only activate, or should only activate, for 15 minutes. So I'll take the battery off. That's out of the way. Just chuck it in that. Bit of scrap. And this is, well, you can either undo the fuse spur, obviously, because I know what I'm doing. I'm quite sensible with electrics. Well, I'm an electrician and an alarm engineer. So you can see on there actually, Eurosec. But yeah, I'm going to pull the main plug out. This will probably activate the external bell. That is wedged in tight, so I'll whip the fuse out. Yeah, I can hear the external bell going now. That will probably annoy the neighbours. Fuse out. I can't even remember if there was a sequence where you could dab, I think it was dab the strobe onto the neg 3 times. I know that works on Texicon bell boxes, but anyway, that's that alarm disconnected, so I'll get all that sorted out next. So that's the bell box ringing. Right, so I'm going to disconnect the alarm system now and connect up the new lights. So this distribution board is like down the other end of the house, and I know it's this one, well I hope it's that one, but trouble is it's on an RCD, so as soon as I start chopping into the cables, although it's off, it's more than likely going to be tripping the RCD when I cut through the cable and the earth and POS touch. 15 minutes have passed, the external bell box has gone off. I'll come back in, I've just been ripping all the keypad off. So I've ripped the keypad off whilst the bell box has been screaming, ripped the little speaker off, the door contacts, so they're all off. I'm gonna go up into the loft. I've been getting some bits and bobs ready. I found a little junction box. I know it's not perfect, but it's gonna be safer than it was, that's for sure. Let's get my little light on. So yeah, we're gonna be removing all that, remove all this. I mean, I ain't got a clue what these cables feed, but we'll soon figure it out. They're all going into a junction box, and we'll get these lights going, and hopefully that's the hardest bit done. Right, so I've got my volt stick. I know that this cable's live here, which is feeding the shower, and then these lighting circuit cables are off. You're supposed to do it with a proving unit, but it's my own house, I kind of know what's going off. So I mean, none of this has got any earth sleeving on or anything, so get my head torch off. This is horrendous really. So that one's staying. I'm trying to cut them one at a time because my daughter is down the other end in her bedroom straightening her hair. You can imagine the problems I'll be getting if all the power goes off down that end. All I've done is just cut that cable off to the fuse spur, so I know what I'm dealing with. But yeah, look at this state of this. I'll try and take it off so you can have a look. No earth sleeving, nothing. It's terrible really. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Right, here's my little junction box. That's that. So they go in the lid. So ideally you'd be doing this on a bench, not hunched over on your knees in a loft with wasps and spiders flying all around you. Not that spiders fly, but get all this lid ready. Yeah, although you've got the breaker off, if it's on an RCD, if the earth touches the live, whether it's on or off, it will trip the RCD. So that's something you have to watch out for. Whilst I wasn't filming and the external bell was ringing, I quickly popped round to the neighbours and just let them know that I was removing the alarm. I've already collected one full bucket of rubbish just from moving up and down, just doing these lights. And I haven't even moved any insulation really yet. So that's there, we get these stuffing glands. So I've just punched two 20mm holes. Get these stuffing glands in, just try and make it as safe as possible. This is just so as we're moving around, we just know that it's safe, and all the electrics are going to be ripped out this end of the house. And I've upgraded the board already. It's just so that when we're moving around up here, it's like being in the jungle, I suppose. You just never put your hands where your eyes can't see. Alright, so I'll just nip the earth down a bit so it won't touch on the pods as I put it through there. I'll tell you what, I'll drill a couple of holes. I'm just doing the pilot hole just to get a fix in. Because we can mount that onto the joist just next to us. Go in there. This is the feed to our new our temporary lights. I'll fit that in there. That's that. Put that through there. And this old red and black cable, they haven't used this for a long time, so I know it's quite old. I've actually seen, which I'll show you in a short while, some cable, the old is it fabric, or it's basically wrapped in some kind of, I don't know what it is, it's like a fabric sleeving. I've seen rubber cables. I haven't seen any wooden trunking as yet, which is always interesting when you see that. Right, so that's that. I can move that over there a bit for you. So yeah, that'll just fit on the joist. I'll just make these connections up. I'm just doing this in terminal block for now. I can find my cutters. This video is definitely going to get a copyright on it. We've got Radio Andromeda on. I'll put the link in the description. It's somewhere in South America, which I found on is it Planet Radio or something? It's an app where it's got the Earth, like Google Earth, but you just rotate it round and jump onto whichever radio station you want. It's quite cool. For some reason they've stopped external UK websites at the minute. Yeah, I'll put a link to this radio station. It's got all kinds of bits and bobs on. I'm just being mindful not to tap the earth against the live earth sleeving. And this is not neat or anything, it's literally just to get the temporary lights going. And it's not that warm today, but up in the loft I am sweating. Alright, so that's your feed in, that's your feed out on the existing circuit for the lighting. Well, I say the lighting, I haven't actually found where they go yet, but they go somewhere to a lighting circuit. We might find later on that they actually go nowhere and they're in a bit of terminal block. But this is going to our new temporary light. So strip all these back. I was saying that, what I'll do, I'll connect the earths first. Just going in some terminal block. Get these ready. There'll be people out there going, that's not a way to do it, but it's only for a few days. It's just the same as wiring something into a plug temporarily, and I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Well, we have seen a hell of a lot worse earlier on. That's that. We'll go for the lives next. Try and get them to like a similar length. This insulation is really getting to my chest now. I haven't even moved it that much. I was going to put my mask on once I start moving everything around. Oh boy, where does this get you? There's the live. I'll do the same with the negs. Obviously don't start ripping your house to bits doing this. I've been doing this for, gosh, over 2 decades, I reckon. Right, that's that. You see, I'm cutting them quite long, but as you can see, they're not going to protrude out the other side, so there's no danger of your fingers. I mean, I could have just left it in a terminal block, to be fair, but because we're going to be up here quite a lot, and then there's people going to be up here who aren't really familiar with this loft, which I'm sure they're dealing with every day, but I might as well make it as safe as possible for the plumber. And the plumber is actually my stepdaughter's boyfriend, but you gotta keep everyone safe. I'm always mainly working with him anyway. Minimum bending radius, try and keep that. So yeah, with cables as well, you can't just bend them at 90 degrees because it gives them a high resistance. So that's that. Oh, let me screw that to the wall. On. All right, get that lidded up. Again, should be using a posi. No, my bit's gone now. Look at that, how annoying is that? Typical. Oh wow. Yeah, the joys of working in a loft. I'll tell you something, my knees are killing me. And I can see all the fiberglass, so I've just been moving it all, blowing up into my face. Right. that's all connected. We'll just have a quick recap of what we've done before we... So yeah, a quick recap of what we've done. This light, I always try and start the furthest away, so I've fitted that light whilst it's all dead. That cable comes down here into this light. The switch live basically goes down to this switch, sends it back up, energizes. It will do both lights at the same time. Then you've got your main pos and neg coming into that light, which comes into that junction box, which we've just made off. The old connection is, well, it was part of this fuse spur, which I've cut off. The alarm panel is now completely isolated, and we can rip that to pieces, get rid of all that, get rid of all the old alarm cables. We will fit another alarm in the future, but this one, it's just I don't know the history of it, I don't know the cables. I've noticed some of these cables are nicked and bits and bobs elsewhere. So the power's still off, all the cables are done. We'll lid this up, we'll energize the system, get some bulbs, see how we get on. Right, yeah, excuse all that, my daughter loves horror stuff. So yeah, we were lucky, he hasn't tripped the RCD, so lights far side, energized. Let's go back through here. Yeah, the boiler is literally mounted above here in the loft, so back through here. Up we go. That hopefully should be the off. Right. There's a bulb, bayonet cap. I need to get a head mount torch. Well, it's on. I've just done the connections the wrong way around, but I'll turn my head torch off now. Let's go. Right, we have power, or we have light, should I say. God, this insulation. Always wear a mask, which I'm going to be putting on very soon. Let's get down this lens. I'll turn my head torch on. Right, here's the other one. There's that. Makes a world of difference. The bayonet cap. Yeah, bayonet cap's just where they've got the two prongs either side. It's the most common really in the pendants UK. Interesting. Right, I've found out what I've done. I've made a mistake in here. It's because I'm rushing. I just need this job done. But yeah, there's a cable in the wrong position. So that light, how I was saying that the switch, the light should be off. It is actually off. So if I turn that light on, it does actually work. So yeah, it's just one cable connection wrong in there. So I'll do that now and I'll come back to you. So I'm just moving the cable over to the switch live side. I don't know where you can see this is the actual manufacturers of the light pendant that's done this. They've crushed straight down onto the insulation. So it's a good job I've checked that. I'll probably check all the others actually, but it was just screwed down straight through the insulation. Alright, here we go, round 2. Lights back on. What's going on? Oh man, what is going on? What have I done here? Right, round 3. On.
Working, Joe.
Nathan's here now to give me an hand. Right. Still got the music pumping, obviously working in the house with people. Oh yes, we've got light. Let's have a look. Right. Whew, what a mess up here. At least you can see what we're doing now. So that's where we've been working. And I found this straight away. I mean, I have no idea what that is. No cover. I haven't even tested it yet. I'm sat on this. No idea what that is. So yeah, now the this is that cable I was on about earlier. It's wrapped in some kind of a fabric. Again, I haven't tested that. But there's just all kinds of stuff going off in here. So yeah, we found this, another join, and to top it off, this is lethal. So this is going to be one hell of a day. Right, so what time is it? It is 20 to 4. Time was that? It's about 8 o'clock.
What goes?
Look, clear all that out, put these boards there. Put these boards, here we go. Yeah, these boards are on here. Luckily Nathan's come over and helped us today.
Go on.
There we go. Yeah, what a day.
What a day.
We found some stuff I didn't even want to film it, to be honest. The electrics were that bad. It was fucking dangerous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Real bad.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah, I've still got all this to deal with, but this is safe compared to what we've found. This is actually okay.
How's that rocky ground gone to alive?
Oh, don't even do that to us, Nate. So yeah, we've got earth going onto a live field. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll sort that out another day. Yeah, what a mess.